Okay, MS Sasuke versus Sagemon Naruto. Sagemon from the Pain arc. MS Sasuke just like strongest pre EMS form. Um, where did you say like B was?
The B fight like ends around 414 ish. That's when it like ends.
414. Oh, B fight happens before Naruto versus Nagato. I always think
Yeah,
that it happens like during for some reason, but it's that one. I don't. I'm surprised they didn't like give it its own volume. Can we use
it happens
scans?
during his training.
Let's do scans of Calcs too.
Okay.
Because the other people are using skins of Calcs. It's like right after B resurfaces. After
Yeah.
seeing the final Amaterasu.
Yo, I have the scan if you're okay with me dropping that.
Is it
Go
Viz?
ahead. As long as it's like the
It is Viz. There
Okay,
it
then
is.
yeah.
That's it.
Did you put it in scans of Calcs 2 or scans of Calcs 1 bubbles?
Yeah, it's not. I literally cannot see scans in Calcs 2. Give me a second.
What?
I'm saying it's like not loading for me. One second.
It's not
Oh,
loading for me
okay.
either. It's not loading for me either. The fuck?
Mine
It's
Yeah.
loading for
Okay.
me. What's wrong with y'all?
Wait. Okay.
Oh, mine
just
doesn't
go to
work.
scans and Calcs. There it is in
Okay.
scans and
Well,
Calcs.
no,
you
because
can
the other
transfer it.
people are in. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can just
Yeah,
transfer
he
it.
said toughest. Yeah, okay. Well, my issue with like him being like the toughest instead of strongest, right? Like the definition between toughest and strongest is different because like
I agree that they're definitionally different, but I think in this
yeah,
context they're one and the same.
they're one
And
and
the
the
reason
same. How
why
so?
is because I believe that like toughest and toughness is usually in regards to durability, which I don't think that Sasuke has over others, and therefore I would say that the translation of strongest or like in relation to like
Well, why don't
his
you use a
ability.
definition that says like a rough and violent person?
Because I think while that may be the denotation, that's not how it's colloquially used. Nor do I think Sasuke is
Yeah.
inherently like. Nor do I think Sasuke is even the roughest or most violent person in his group. I think that would go to Jugo, so I don't think that definition applies either.
No, as I mean like whatchamacallit, even though like Jugo was like how do I explain it? Unhinged, he didn't do much to B. That's why B doesn't really care call him the toughest. He probably calls like my interpretation of the statement is like he calls Sasuke the toughest due to the fact that Sasuke went after him the most. Because before Sasuke, all we know
I
that he fought
disagree. I
was
think that
Minato,
Jugo
but
went after him
Minato
the
barely
most.
tries against him.
I
You said
think that
what?
Jugo went after him the most, and I also don't think that like
Who
I
went
don't
after
think
him
that
the most? What
I
do you
don't
mean?
think that stretching toughest to mean like the person who the person who like attacks him or is the most rampant in attacking him would make any sense. I think that
Why
that's just
not?
like I think that's just like a baseless stretch of the term, right?
How's
And
it a baseless
therefore,
stretch?
because that's not how it's like definitionally used, and it only
That is one.
it's only
One of the
because
definition is a rough and violent person.
yeah, what does a rough and violent person mean? This person like came after me the most. That doesn't
Okay,
qualify as
because
rough or
Sasuke is
violent.
being the roughest and most violent to him.
I disagree. I think that Jugo's being the roughest and most violent. Do you remember whenever
Also,
Jugo like slams him in the head?
yeah, he like punched him once.
Yeah, he gets like a good hit on him, which is a lot more than Sasuke
Yeah,
can say, with the
but,
exception
but
of the
Sasuke like
Matarasu.
set him on fire. Yeah,
No,
but Sasuke set him on
B
fire.
used substitution jutsu to get out of that.
After they already hit him, yeah.
And where does he get hit before he uses it?
Are you saying he substituted beforehand? Is that like what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's usually how substitution jutsu works.
Where's that shown to be? No, because whatchamacallit? Where's that shown to be the case? Because didn't he like hide in his tail or something?
He wait, let me look. He hides in the tail that Sasuke cuts off.
Yeah, Bubbles. What chapter is that in?
It's 415. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Oh shit. Alright, let me check.
I was so taken off guard for a second because I did not know that chapter.
And like it does seem to like hit him, but that's whatever. I don't think that
B says that.
I don't think that that definition qualifies, right? And I haven't found any basis to why that's a good definition from you.
Because Sasuke is like the most. I think it would fit this the most because the other hold on, let me like reset my Discord because sometimes my phone slows up a bit. Give me a second.
Okay, that's fun.
Concession accepted.
I forgot that Karin survived Amaterasu.
Yo, Spencer, you're recording this, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Hello?
Yeah, Jaja, can I ask again what
Yeah,
your
Jesus
basis
Christ.
was?
Oh
For
yeah,
like
okay. So basically, I was going to say that the other I'm saying
no,
this definition of rough
even before that, I wanted like
before what?
your basis for saying that like roughest or toughest and strongest couldn't be like used interchangeably in this instance.
No, I'm saying the definition of tough to actually go by
Okay.
the like what the word is being used. The definition that would best fit is like the definition I'm using because the other definitions of tough aren't being used. Because I'm saying like in order for you
Can
to
you give me
assume
those
that
other
in this case,
definitions?
yeah, okay. The other unless you agree with this, but strong enough to withstand adverse conditions or rough or careless handling. You agree with that?
Um, I think that would be in regards to durability, which I don't think that like. I think it's unlikely that saying that Sasuke has the highest durability of everyone he's ever fought.
Okay. Okay, the next one, able to endure hardship or pain, which obviously
Also in
wasn't. Karin
reference
had
to
the healing.
durability.
Yeah, okay. And then the next definition of a rough and violent person, especially a gangster or a criminal, which Sasuke literally is a criminal.
Sasuke wasn't a criminal up until the point where he attacked B.
Yeah, I know. If you're being attacked by someone, that person right now is a criminal.
I mean, yeah, but I find it unlikely that he's using it within this context on the basis that like nobody's like, oh wow, or even though this is a denotation, it's not like a colloquial use. Does that make sense?
Well, is there any definition? Like, is there any support that it means what you think it means?
Yeah, I would just go on the basis that like Sasuke's Amaterasu is shown to have like a great effect and is stated to be like stronger than Itachi's or whatever, right? It keeps
When
getting
you say to
wanked
be
off.
stronger than Itachi's,
Or, I'm sorry, they say he's better at using it than Itachi. Excuse me.
what does that mean? Like in terms of
They're
like
talking
manipulating
about
me?
yeah, they're talking about Kagutsuchi.
I mean, I don't think that. Okay, yeah, because I mean, yeah, Itachi doesn't have like the same MS ability. I think that's fine,
Okay,
but
so and like while Sasuke continues to progress, Amaterasu is still like a part of his arsenal, even though we have no knowledge or like reason to believe it gains greater AP. Right? It's kind of like tick damage in Minecraft, right? It just keeps going.
wait, what do you mean by that?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
more
know
of a
about Minecraft.
sustained. Oh, it's a sustained damage over time, instead of like damage dealt all at once, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, so seeing as we know that like Sasuke's the AP of Amaterasu isn't like changing, and it just continues to do damage to these higher up like fighters, right? Even Ishiki, we would just say that like okay,
Wait, are you saying it doesn't change throughout the series, like at all?
no, I have no reason to believe his Amaterasu gets like stronger. I think it just does tick damage to everyone.
Wait, just because you lack a reason to believe it doesn't mean
Okay,
that
would you like to
that wouldn't be
provide one
true.
then?
Yeah, sure, better feats.
Okay, so where's a max end feat for Amaterasu's AP? Because having
Ten
better
tails,
feats, what happens against Ten Tails?
it burns him, and the ten tails have to move it off of his body.
Wait, can you say that again for me, please?
It burned the ten tails, and the ten tails had to like take a piece off of its own body and like remove it and put it on the ground just to stop being hurt by the Amaterasu.
Okay,
Naruto
what is
told him to stop trying to kill the ten tails, and Sasuke was willing to kill it, and then like the ten tails prevented it. So
okay, and why does that mean that like that's the max end, that's the highest Amaterasu goes? Like
well,
that's what
probably
I'm not
not because
understanding.
no,
Okay,
because
so if
Naruto
we don't
continues actually.
if we don't have a high end or max end feat for Amaterasu, we cannot dictate that it continues to get stronger.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
If we don't have a max effort, max whatever, right? AP feat for Amaterasu, we can't say that it just has
That is
better.
one. I just gave one
Yeah, and on what basis is that like the strongest that Amaterasu gets
because
at the
before it
time?
doesn't hurt the Raikage.
The Raikage is covered in the lightning cloak.
Yeah, and it doesn't burn through it.
It doesn't burn through chakra entities in general. It usually stays on top
What
of
do you
them.
mean?
It's been shown to stay on top of chakra entities.
Okay,
It
probably
doesn't
because of
burn
durability,
through
right?
them. I don't think so. I
So
think it
you're saying
just
like even
spreads.
lightning just lacks a resistance to it? Is that what you're trying
Huh?
to say?
No, I'm
You're
saying
saying
that
that
the
because it's lightning?
no, I'm saying that the Amaterasu, right, just kind of like continues to burn, but I don't think it burns through chakra. I don't think that's been shown.
Why?
I just said why. I don't think it's been shown.
Because it's not shown.
Yeah. I just have no reason to believe it, so
Okay,
I carry on
just
not believing it.
because it's not shown to be the case doesn't mean that it's not the case. That's fallacious.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just
You agree
waiting
on
for
the
some sort of
fallacy?
evidence. No,
Okay.
I'm agreeing
I'm
that just
saying, like,
because
I'm
it hasn't
saying,
been
like, these
shown, it's not the
cloaks-
case.
I'm saying the purpose of the cloaks are for AP and durability, right? And we know that fire, like in some verses and like in fiction, I don't know, like One Piece for example, sometimes your durability doesn't matter about fire. But in the verse in Naruto, we see people can like overpower fire with physical punches. So there's like an AP durability correlation with fire.
I mean,
I'm
is
saying
that
the
the
fire
same
was
for
strong enough and
Amaterasu?
had enough force, it would just burn through the cloaks. That's what I'm saying.
Why would it have force? Especially at the point
No,
where
I'm
he
saying
has like the
by
Rinnegan
force,
or
I didn't
anything
mean like
that.
pushing force. I meant
Okay.
like attack potency.
Okay, so I don't think it has attack potency, so that's fine. That goes
Why
in line
not?
with what I've been saying.
There's attack potency calcs for fireballs though.
Yes, I agree. I think that Amaterasu is more so hacks. It's just sustained damage over time.
When is it stated to be hacks?
No,
Or
I have
something to be
deduced that based off of what's been happening.
Where's the evidence that it's hacks?
Okay, so what I've been saying is that Amaterasu doesn't change in potency, right? And it doesn't, it just behaves abnormally
Assumption.
in comparison to regular fire. On the basis that, like, we've seen that Amaterasu just continues to do tick damage against these people, right? It's never
Continues to
like
do tick damage. You don't think fire can do the same?
Yeah, I think it can. But I
So
don't think
how
that
would that mean this
Amaterasu
is a
is
hacks
moving.
and that isn't?
Okay, so because in like whenever you cast Fireball Jutsu, right? Let's do Fireball Jutsu in reference to Amaterasu. These Fireball Jutsus move with a certain amount of force, right? Well, Amaterasu
Wait, hold
hasn't
on.
really
Can,
been.
can you hold that thought real quick? Someone's calling me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, my bad. Continue.
No, you're fine. Amaterasu is shown to like level 2, next one at 70, whatever. Anyways, yeah, we were reading the same ping probably, but yeah, even later on, right? Amaterasu doesn't travel at all, and it would therefore would have like no force by proxy of like mass over acceleration, right? It simply appears onto the target, and yet it still does damage even though it's not exerting force. So I think it's
Amaterasu
just
does travel.
no, not after Sasuke gets the Rinnegan. It just appears on
Not
its
after
target.
Sasuke gets the Rinnegan.
It simply appears
Well-
on his target after he gets the Rinnegan.
Well, can't Sasuke control the Amaterasu?
Yeah, he can make it travel via Kagutsuchi. But it
Yeah,
just
but
literally.
wouldn't he also be able to prevent it from traveling, right?
Well,
Because we see when
so-
when Sasuke had to
that's
run
fine.
from the Amaterasu.
That's fine
that
as
was
well,
used
right?
Sasuke.
Because we can simply just say that, like, it would be fine if he can pick and choose, because it still does damage to these characters, even though it didn't move. It just was formed on top of them.
That doesn't mean it's a hacks. Well, if you
But
know
that would mean-
normal
that would
fire,
mean-
because normal
okay.
fire can do the same thing though. Like if you don't realize.
In Naruto,
Yeah, like because there's still like even if it's not like moving, even fire standing still, there would still be an attack potency via the jewels coming off of the heat.
yeah, the
That's
heat,
what I'm saying. Like,
exactly.
there's still attack potency involved.
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't
I'm
have to-
saying,
yeah, but I'm saying
I'm
it doesn't have
basically
to
just
change.
saying Amaterasu has had no change in heat.
You're
The
saying it has no
entirety of the
change in
manga.
heat?
Yes, throughout the
Since
entirety
when?
of the manga.
Where's your evidence for that claim?
It would just be as simple as, like, it stated a solid heat at one point, right? And then it just continues to be that heat. Or that's what I'm dictating via
When
the
does it
fact that,
continue
like,
to be the same heat?
hmm?
Yeah, is there any evidence that's like it's the same heat like
I'm
throughout like,
sorry,
the entire
my
story?
headphones are, like, coming out of my mic.
Okay.
Give me one moment. Can you, like, keep
Okay.
talking so I can tell whenever it's perfect?
I don't know.
Uh, I heard something.
Okay.
Jaja, you're a
Hello.
fucking
Can you
weirdo,
hear
bro.
me?
There we go.
All right. So basically,
Okay, I heard
was
something
saying
about,
that,
like,
is there
where
any
is it dictated there's change in heat,
Hmm?
right? Yeah?
I was asking like you made the claim that doesn't change in heat. I'm like, where does it like stated to be or like shown to be the same heat throughout?
No, I mean, we have no high-end feat. I'm just saying that, like, on this basis, we can therefore, like, it'd be fine to apologize these things and say Amaterasu has worked at the same heat the entire time.
Well, why do you think there's no high end feats of it?
No, I'm sorry, not high-end. There's no max-end feat. There's no, like, time where
Why do you think
Amaterasu is
there's no
just...
max end feat?
Because we've never seen a portion of time where Amaterasu is just, like, completely useless upon like a certain person.
Yeah, the Raikage with the cloak on.
Yeah, I think cloaks are a distinction on the basis that Amaterasu just continues to spread and doesn't burn through the chakra.
Where's the evidence that's incapable of burning through chakra?
Well, under the amount of time that Sasuke and like, or that the Amaterasu or the Raikage would have had it on him, it would be like similar to what Naruto does, where he like globs it off. And I think the Raikage is even like scared of it burning through on the basis that he chops off his hand.
Yeah, because the cloak will turn off, right? It's not an infinite cloak.
Okay, so then it just doesn't burn through the cloak.
Yeah, but you're saying that like it just can't, it doesn't burn because it can't burn. But that would be an what you call it, an appeal to ignorance because it's not
No,
shown to
I'm
be
just
the
saying
case.
we've
And you think
never
it's not
seen
the
it
case.
burn through chakra. I just don't believe that
Yeah,
it can
that
because
is
I've
an
never
appeal
seen
to
any
ignorance.
evidence.
Yeah, that's an appeal to ignorance because you're saying that it hasn't been shown to be the case that isn't the case.
No,
Using the lack
I'm
of
not
evidence
even.
to prove
No,
the
I'm
argument.
not even definitively dictating that it can't be. I'm just saying I have no evidence,
Okay.
so I'll continue to form under the assumption that it
Okay,
can.
and okay, yeah, and I'm saying with my argument, right? Whatchamacallit, fire has attack potency. Fire, whether Amaterasu normal fire, it does have attack potency. Whether through like explosions or heat, right? It's still would amount in joules, which is attack potency. And I'm saying that durability, which is what the chakra cloaks provide, can be overpowered by attack potency. So I'm saying, right, that if they had the chakra cloak, if the Amaterasu is strong enough, they'll be able to burn through or like destroy or bleed through the chakra cloak and hurt the person. But and then I said like due to this, the Raikage isn't phased or hurt by the Amaterasu Raikage Summit, and in the war arc, the Ten Tails is hurt by it. So yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that on the basis that like, what basis do we have to assert? And like, are you using? Just actually repeat your argument for me. I kind of zoned out.
Oh, I was basically saying
looking.
that,
I was looking for a scan in the background, and I wasn't listening well enough. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was basically saying fire has attack potency, whether through explosions or heat. We've
Okay.
seen people like overpower fire in the verse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's like right. And then I was saying that chakra cloaks provide durability, and if you
Mm-hmm.
have a high enough attack potency, you should be able to overcome said durability. And that is not done with the Raikage, but it's done with the Ten Tails,
And
which
you're just
provide
talking about.
evidence that the
Wait.
Amaterasu got stronger.
Let me make something clear. You're talking about AP
Okay.
through heat, correct?
AP through heat and force.
Okay. Oh yeah, because that would be at a point where Sasuke's Amaterasu still travels. All right.
Yeah.
And where's the problem with like V2 Raikage being above the Ten Tails in durability? Well, that's what you have to be claiming.
Okay, well, do you agree that you agree that B surpassed the Raikage? Because
What B?
I'm Warg B.
Surpass like Warrock Raikage? Sure.
Yeah, okay.
No,
And
I
the
think
Ten
that
Tails are
Warrock
stronger than
Raikage
B.
is weaker than like 5 Kage Summit Raikage.
Why?
On the basis that he like loses his arm.
He said it didn't make much of a difference to him, though.
Okay.
He said that to Darui.
And what's the context surrounding this? Can you like show me that?
Actually, let me find the scan actually, so I don't take anything out of context.
Because if I remember, it's like Darui's like concerned about something, and the Raikage is like reassuring him, like, "Oh, it didn't make much of a difference when I lost my arm. Don't worry about it." But I could be incorrect.
Yeah, that's why I remember it being. He basically just told Darui like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference. I lost my arm." Right?
And yeah, I
And
think he's just like reassuring Darui, saying like, "Hey, no, like it's no biggie. Like, don't worry about it." Because we know that like
Okay.
Omoi or Darui specifically gets like really depressed when he feels that he's failed the Raikage. We can see this whenever he's like fighting Kin and Gin and he's about to get sealed.
Well, I think there's a preponderance of evidence to say that losing the arm didn't make much of a difference than to say it does. Unless there's evidence
What
that would make
evidence?
like such a difference.
What evidence are you
The
claiming?
evidence of the Raikage's claim, yeah.
Yeah, and
They
I've
say it
already
doesn't make much of a
dismissed
difference.
it based off of the basis of the context. I think that the
Wait, how did that
context.
dismiss it? I didn't hear anything that dismissed it.
Yeah, okay, I'll repeat it again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that the context, right, very clearly dictates that the Raikage is trying to console Darui about his like failure at the 5 Kage Summit. But I could be incorrect. Like I said, it would be best if we just like post the scan for this one.
Okay.
Where is that stated exactly? Is it like right after he cuts it off?
No, I don't think it's right after. Let me check. Ooh, this might be. I'm trying. I'm gonna see if I can get on the wiki. Fuck it. Um, is it chapter 528?
Oh, I was about to go to like the end of Kisame versus B and see if it was there.
Because I think it was like mentioned in a flashback. Yeah. Okay, I found it.
I'm looking at 528.
Yeah, he just basically says I can manage without it because I have you.
Yeah, he's literally consoling Darui. I'm sorry,
I don't think him
sir. You
consoling.
chose me as your bodyguard, but yet I failed to protect your left arm. Do
Okay, I
not
don't think
blame
reassuring
yourself,
Darui means
but
he's
I can
lying, though.
manage without a left arm. No, I think he's exaggerating how fine he'll be because of the fact.
Exaggerating? How's he exaggerating?
Yeah, I think he's exaggerating it to like console Darui. And
There's
also,
more
he's
evidence
like,
that he's telling the truth than exaggerating. Because when we see him in combat, he can like fight perfectly fine. There's actually like no extra evidence to support that he would like actually be getting a huge or like even minuscule or like a nerf at all due to the fact that he lost his arm. And he fights
I
like
mean,
perfectly fine in combat. It
the
doesn't seem
amount
to
of
like
cells would mean
hurt
that
him
his
at all.
physical stamina is like greatly decreased.
Oh yeah, okay. So my issue with that argument is like how do I explain it? Wait, you said in like are you like using the argument that he loses his arm, therefore he loses like physical energy, right?
Yeah, on the basis of like Sakura's explanation of chakra from like
Yeah.
chapter 14 or something.
Well, you understand like to in order to make chakra, you have to like perfectly like mix physical and like you have to balance out physical energy and spiritual energy, right?
Yeah, to an extent, I agree.
Yeah, but like basically, I'm trying to like get at that losing physical energy wouldn't inherently mean like you lose like you can manipulate like you have a lesser chakra supply. It may reduce your stamina, sure, but not your chakra supply. Basically, what I'm getting at is if you have the ratio, like 1-to-1 ratio, physical and spiritual energy, mix them together to make chakra, then losing spiritual energy does not inherently mean you lose your chakra supply, because that would like be contingent on you actually having like an equal amount of physical and spiritual energy to begin with, which can't be proven. So I'm saying like this, it wouldn't like actually be the case. It
I
would just be a
disagree. I think
possibility that he would get weakened.
I think that it would inevitably, right? Whether or not, like, whatever the ratio is, because it could be 4-to-1, 4 spiritual to 1 physical, right? And it would still be, seeing as he has like 95, or like it would be, let's say, be generous and say it would be like 95 physical instead of 100 physical now, right? He would still have to operate under the assumption that he has less physical stamina, and therefore could be in
No, I
like a
said he has
lesser
lesser
state.
stamina, but his chakra, right? We don't know if that takes a dive or not.
Well, I mean, I think he would function under like lesser, because as we know, like these shinobis aren't going all out all the time.
What do you
They're
mean
like
functioning under
conserving.
lesser?
Yeah. Oh, functioning under like lesser chakra usage due to the fact that they know they have a lesser stamina.
Yeah, okay. I
As
kind of agree with that.
Kakashi
Like
like
they don't
directly
always use all of
says.
their chakra.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
Kakashi
agree.
directly says whenever his like chakra supply is getting low, he's like, I either need to like finish this quick, or I need to finish this quick, because he knows he can like throttle down
Yeah.
against Kakazu or Pain, whoever it was.
But my issue with this claim is that it's only a I would be fine with him just losing an unquantifiable amount of stamina, sure. But my issue with this claim, right, in terms of chakra, right, because like he's chakra in combat, you have to mix physical and spiritual energy. It's not inherent, or like you can't actually prove that he would have access to less chakra. It's only simply a possibility. And I'm saying in terms of how we see him act in combat,
it is
he takes
provable
no
that he would
dive.
have no.
and, like,
he
skill.
must have lesser chakra, right? I don't think
No.
that. It may be that he does not function on a different level, but
No,
he
he does
must
not,
have
but-
he must
but
have
my
a
argument
lesser
says
chakra
that's not
supply
the case,
on
though.
the basis. Okay, so if we base and say, all right, chakra is just physical and spiritual energy in whatever ratio.
You have to like ratio it and mix
Okay.
it, yeah.
If you have different, let's say like let's put it in a cooking example. Let's say physical stamina is eggs, right? And then you have flour, which is your spiritual energy, right? If you want to make a good
Yeah.
pancake, you have to make sure that the ratio of eggs to flour is correct. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're stuck with like either extra soupy because you put more eggs in, or like really tough bricks because you put too much flour in. So therefore, there's a lesser limit on the amount of pancakes you can make on the basis that you have a
No.
lesser amount of flour.
No, I can like twist your analogy to like actually show what I mean. Like, let's say you need whatchamacallit, to make this pancake, which is chakra, you need 2 eggs and like 2 cups of flour. But let's say you have 5 eggs and 2 cups of flour, and you lose 3 eggs, which is the arm, right? You would still have the necessary components to like actually make the pancake,
Okay,
aka the
okay.
chakra.
I understand
Yeah,
your argument now. You're saying
yeah.
that on the basis
So
that we can't dictate what his specific ratio is, we don't know
yeah.
what he's in surplus of.
Yeah, I agree that he would like lose stamina, like in terms of using taijutsu, but he does use chakra, like in terms of the lightning cloak and shit. So like in terms of how much chakra he can use and like how much chakra he has left over, there's no like actual evidence. It's simply a possibility that he would lose it.
So
I'm
then
saying
we
the way
would
we see him
so
fight
then we
in
would
combat does
agree
not
that like
change.
we would agree that his attack speed would be lower or his combat speed,
No,
right?
I wouldn't
Seeing as
agree with
his
that. No,
seeing as his physical stamina is lesser and he would have to function at a lesser level in taijutsu.
no, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that because
Okay,
the
what would,
Raikage uses like nin taijutsu, which is why I don't agree with
yes.
that. Like
No,
he
no,
uses the
I'm
lightning
not
cloak.
saying that it would be like that like every lightning cloak punch would be like 5 times slower. I'm saying that there would be like a drain in physical stamina, or he would have lesser physical stamina to offer behind every punch, and therefore it would just be the same amount of ninjutsu speed or nin taijutsu would be the ninjutsu speed is the same, while the taijutsu is lacking in small amounts.
Uh, yeah, in a small amount, sure, but I think that Ten Tails would still be above that,
On
which
what
is my
basis?
point. Due to the fact that he's above like a much stronger B.
Okay, and is like what's happening with B in this instance? Like, what are you using to dictate like 10 tails over this B? Like, where does this B
Oh,
stack up
because
in reference to like V2 Raikage who had his arm? Like, there's all sorts of questions that I need answered before we can like
okay,
continue.
because like whatchamacallit, a base B can like overpower like a V2 Raikage, and like
Yeah, but we also
whatchamacallit,
know
Ten Tails
that
is
like
stronger than a full power B.
we also know that like the moment the Raikage got serious, he like chest bumped B 20 feet away.
Yeah, because B was off guard. He wasn't paying because in
We
that
can go
moment
into
B
that.
was actually trying to like land him a helping hand, and then Raikage just hit him.
We can go into that. What
What
chapter
about
is
it?
that? Like that sequence?
Could be around 540-ish. I don't know.
It should be
Five.
549.
9?
Okay.
No, that's
549
quite
sounds
sure.
pretty
Wait, but
deep.
549 is the Itachi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
I was
brought
about
up?
to say-
I didn't hear it. I
543.
I can
Check
help.
543.
Because I know that like 548 is Tamari versus the third Raikage, or like around there, maybe 552 or something like that.
I'm on the chapter 544. I found it.
I think I said 549. Ugly ass.
Okay. Why am I in the wrong server? I'm a dumbass. Okay, if you look in scans and calc, here's the scene. says-
Okay, I'm reading this again.
Only way to go,
I'm
bro. All bets on
probably gonna
Naruto.
have to agree.
Yeah.
I was gonna
he's
like
literally like just saying, yeah, just come to our side. And he just punches him out of nowhere.
I was gonna
I think
like
that's off
break
guard.
down what the Raikage did, but it looks like he like did grab B's arm and get up using it and then pushed him away. Which
Yeah, he just like
yeah.
betrayed B. B wasn't expecting that. So as I was saying
But
earlier, I
you
would just
do
argue
like
that the Ten
you
Tails
do
should be
agree
above
that like the
Raikage.
V2 like Raikage that fought B is not the same as the one that like fights Naruto, and therefore he can like, go further beyond.
In the final attack, I do agree that he tries hard against Naruto, but I think that would also apply to B, because against Naruto, he like the main difference between B against Raikage and Naruto against Raikage is because B says Raikage is just trying to kill Naruto now, but I
Yeah.
don't think B would be trying to kill the Raikage either. Like that nerf would apply both ways, right? So I don't think like that would necessarily give the Raikage an inherent advantage over B, because it's something that would apply to both. That they just both don't want to kill each other because they still have a brotherly bond.
So you're talking about like their like their struggle in like what is it, Lediot? Right?
Yeah. There was also, I would also argue there's like a narrative thing behind that as well, with like B
I mean-
always being like lesser, having to catch up to Raikage and surpassing him, and the Raikage sleeping on him in terms of strength.
That's fine because we know that like this specific punch from the Raikage is stated to be his top speed 2 times over. So
Yeah, I
it's
know.
not. So it would just be like even though he may have been trying right against B and B may have been like holding back as not to kill him, we know that this is like different from Lariat and is like Like B says that it's like his top power. The
I don't
Raikage
think it being
differentiates
a
it.
lariat or not makes a difference.
I mean, the Raikage differentiates this like right hook that he does when he walks up on somebody. He says that like that's his top speed whenever he's up against Minato. And then like B also instantly recognizes it as his top power before he's even like gone in for this like attack that's stated to be his top speed.
Yeah.
So I think
But as
that,
I
like,
was saying, but as I was saying, there's still like a narrative significance in like being Raikage's struggle. How B was like always the kid, the inferior to Raikage. How the Raikage was looking down on him. Like when the third Raikage died, and instead of like respecting B as like someone strong enough, he was like, "Yo, B, stay inside the house. Don't leave the village anymore." Basically, there was a narrative thing about B being the little brother, having to look up to his older brother, having to catch up to him with the lariat, having to like stay inside the village when ordered to. And then he was basically like, "Yeah, you've been sleeping on me in terms of strength," and that's like what the struggle for the lariat means. Basically, B like coming out of his little like his older brother's shadow.
I mean, like, I understand that, right? But I don't think, like, this narrative dictation therefore means that I should just scale B above this, like, obviously more powerful V2 Raikage than the one that he did beat.
Well, I think it does due to like there being unquantifiables in like both favors. So
I
mean,
think
we
there
can
are,
leave this up to
there
the
are definitely
judges.
more unquantifiables in the favor of the Raikage, though. Because they're both
You-
holding back as not to kill each other. The Raikage,
Sorry, I had the bot unmuted. Someone threw the bot in here, so that's why I did that.
okay.
But continue.
I'm sorry. I think there are like more unquantifiables in the, like this difference because in favor of the Raikage, because there's like, okay, we know he goes even further beyond his regular V2 state against Naruto. We know that he's doing the specific punch that he remarks as his top speed, but we know that they like were both holding back in amount of like not trying to kill each other.
Well, my issue with like there being more unquantifiables is that an unquantifiable is that unquantifiable. Three unquantifiables could possibly be less than one. Due
Yeah,
to,
that's
like,
right.
yeah, and I'm saying due to like the narrative argument that B should like actually be above the Raikage, and
So
he
you're
should
trying
have
to
legitimately surpassed him.
you're trying to use the narrative argument to say that like B was holding back further as not to try and kill the Raikage.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that like that argument fails if you even say that they're somewhat relative, and on the basis that they like specifically have to like merge their chakras in order to be relative or equal to each other all the time.
That was before the war.
I mean,
B
they
like
also
comments on how he got stronger and he will continue to get stronger. So I just argue this is a stronger B. Because the strength like literally surprises the Raikage.
I was
like,
talking
when he
about
gets,
the
like, knocked over.
Kisame fight.
Yeah, I know.
Does Kisame happen before Turtle Island?
It's like, whatchamacallit? Actually, it's
Yeah,
technically, yeah, it's before. Okay, well, it's before Guy's fight with Kasame. It's actually like a couple. Actually, the Kasame fight happens like near the end of the Five Kage Summit. Actually,
yeah.
if you didn't know,
Oh,
like it's like around 470. So that's how like the Kasame fight is, and you know,
okay. Well, I've never read that fight, so I wouldn't know.
yeah. But it's like it's in the Five Kage Summit arc. So it was like a
Okay.
decently long time. So
Okay, then that's fair enough, I guess.
all right. You want to leave this up to the judges or?
So then you would have like yeah, I guess we can leave that up. I don't know who our judge is though.
Wait, shit. Who is it?
We don't have a
Wait,
judge. We just started debating Jaja.
You have a recording, bro.
that
Think
was
about it.
recording.
Record.
Yeah, I am recording.
Alright, so do y'all want
So
to judge?
It's either just you find a judge post or you just find somebody that's been here the whole time.
Yeah, who's been here the whole
I
time?
got Greg winning.
I've been here the whole time.
Okay, you mind a 6-pass judge?
I got Troy winning.
I'm
No,
fine with like
Yeah.
I'm fine with 6 pass
Go,
judging.
Greg, for the win. Let's go.
Shut up. Okay. Anyways, I'd like appreciate like a secondary review of the debate before judgment, but like that's the only thing I ask.
Alright, I got you.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Well,
fine.
listen to
Oh,
what I
Shut
make
the fuck
eggs.
up.
You want to like any more arguments for like Sasuke in general?
I think I got like Kagetsuchi up there. I can go
Wait,
over
you
like
never exactly scaled the speed of the Kagetsuchi, actually.
yeah. No, I was talking about NAP. We can go into speed because this is like the one thing that I was like, okay, Jaja always takes Sage Naruto. Like, what does he do against this?
Okay.
I have like Kagetsuchi being able to just like completely blitz V2 Raikage.
Can you show me?
Yeah, we can like go into that. I just need to find these scans.
Chapter 463.
Thank you, Six Pass.
Y'all like fat dicks.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my
Fuck
god,
up.
that was so
Fuck up.
loud.
The fuck up.
Oh, that hurt my ears.
You're fat as hell. Dude, I
Oh
want to
my
do a
God.
debate.
Dude. Shut up.
I want you to hurt my ears, Spencer.
Okay, can you please be quiet?
Richard, I will literally ban you. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Bubbles.
Okay.
Damn.
I posted in the wrong chat. I've been looking in general.
Can you niggas shut the fuck up?
Okay, so Jaja, right? We see that like in this exchange, we know that like the Raikage in V2 is faster than Amaterasu, correct?
Wait, hold on. I was looking at the wrong server again. You said in this exchange
Scans and Calcs 2. In this exchange, like the Raikage is faster than regular Amaterasu. Because we see it like moving outward onto a samurai, the Raikage dodges it.
Yeah.
So also in this exchange, we see that like the Raikage swooshes behind, like like comes behind Sasuke and is coming at him, and then we just see like instantly the entirety of the Susanoo is lit up before the Raikage can get even probably like it's like a ridiculous amount of distance, right?
Yeah.
So we just have like Kagetsuchi or Sasuke's combination of like lighting Amaterasu and then enclosing the entire Susanoo in it is like faster than the Raikage can move and attack.
Okay, yeah, I've encountered this argument before. My main issue with it is that we don't know when Sasuke actually activated said technique in his head. So he could have like activated the technique as soon as like Raikage dodged it
in his head.
And then he activated.
Well, we can
like,
get into like Sasuke's like perception and reaction speed after this, right? But I want to
I'm
like,
saying like since we do not know when he actually
solidify-
activated it.
Well, we know that the Amaterasu hasn't appeared anywhere on the Susanoo until like Raikage cast Lateral Bolt of Pain and then the next point, right? We finally see the entirety of like the Susanoo lit up. So you agree that like the Kagetsuchi at the very least must have spread like before we saw or sometime after we saw the Susanoo last, but before it completely like engulfs the Susanoo, correct?
I don't think it. That's the speed of it spreading. I think that's just the whole thing, like the Amaterasu actually activating on the entire thing. We don't really see it spreading here. It doesn't
they
like
say
spread
that
to
it
the
was
ground or anything
specifically
like that.
Kagetsuchi and not Amaterasu.
And
we know that.
Well, I don't think that's the speed of it moving though. I think that's just like it activating
Okay,
all
so
at
then
once
how
on Susanoo.
Have we shown that Sasuke has the ability to like coat things without spreading them first?
What do you mean?
Can you show me any sort of evidence that Sasuke can just like conjure Amaterasu and therefore use Kagetsuchi to like shape it into this way at activation?
Can you just not use both at the same time? Is there like a limitation to that?
No, I'm asking you for like evidence that he can do so.
Well, I'm just saying he could just summon them both at the same time. Because I'm saying like it's whatchamacallit. It's not quite consistent for his speed to be this fast.
Actually, it is. I'll just use the basis of like the
Didn't Gaara
Raikage's
react
leg
to the
drop.
Kagetsuchi?
Yeah, I think Gaara's like Gaara is able to react to like the Raikage falling, and he's able to react to Amaterasu, but not Kagetsuchi.
That's like controlled by gravity, not.
Yeah, we can discuss that too, but like let's finish the Gaara point first. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think Gaara, right, would be like scale below his father, as his father can keep up with him as an Edo Tensei.
I don't think that Gaara can like I don't think Gaara reacts to Kagetsuchi ever. I think he reacts to Amaterasu, but Amaterasu and Kagetsuchi in conjunction.
Pretty sure it was Kagetsuchi.
Yeah, we can like go into that. Can you like show me anywhere?
Wasn't Kagetsuchi like when he controls the flames, right? When he
Yes,
the flames.
but like Amaterasu is just
yeah,
launching
he controlled
of
the
the
flames to hit Raikage.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're talking
okay,
about when
yeah,
the
okay,
Raikage's leg dropping.
Yeah, he like
Okay.
reacts to like the Raikage falling and the Kagetsuchi stops it.
I think that I think that Gaara just like swoops in. I don't think he like, cause it's not like we saw them like right before, or we saw the area right before this. I don't think that there's
we
like.
see where Gaara's standing.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We see where Gaara's standing afterwards. We don't see where Gaara's standing.
It's not like
before.
he's like running or anything.
Yeah, I'm saying he's just using the sand. Like, the sand could literally be anywhere.
Yeah, I'm saying the
Gara
sand
could
is
be, like-
intercepting.
Yeah, Gara could be like just off panel. I don't think that's like a great distance. I think that would just be relative to these people.
Why would he be just off panel?
No, I'm talking about a sand when I say Gara.
The sand. I mean, the sand would still have to move faster than the Kagetsuchi in order to intercept it.
Okay.
Because it's
Is
not
there
like the sand
significant-
is like
Is there like
right on the
significant issue with
right on the
like
sand.
with Gara being able to react to the sand? I don't think so.
To the
Or Gara,
Kagetsuchi?
Gara being able to react to the Kagetsuchi. I'm brain
Yeah,
farting
I was
left
going
and
to
right.
say that. Whatchamacallit? Well, I was basically going to say that. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, Gara should be like slightly slower than his dad. His dad being able to react to him.
I don't believe so.
As an L sensei. Well, I mean, his dad did clash with them as an L sensei.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, we can like go to that and like break it down, but I think it's like
Okay.
pretty clear that Gara is above Rasa in that sequence.
Can you show me?
Yeah, that's right around the Tamari shit, so it should be 560 something, 562. You know you're a weirdo when you have the Tamari scans memorized.
Yeah, why do you have that memorized?
Because Tamari's goaded.
Tamari's goat, Tamari's goat, Tamari's goat.
Shut up.
Anyways,
Screen time talking about goaded.
I
He's the
mean,
gay guy.
Jaja spin.
Tamari can like
What?
sit on my face. I don't know.
Somebody just call me Bay?
Cringe.
I
He
said
Jaja
spitting.
spitting.
No.
Oh,
why
I'm
would-
about to say, I'm tripping.
Okay. I
Josh,
found the
real
Rasa
quick,
shit.
look for the
Found it.
scan. Someone's
I found it.
bothering
I
me.
found it. Oh my god. My Tamari knowledge came in handy because I was able to find these scans lightning quick. Let's go. Okay,
Jaja.
I'm on like the chapter.
Alright, I'm back.
Jaja, can you go to general right quick?
You want some dick or
What?
something?
No, just go to general right quick, please.
The VC?
No, the like chat.
Okay.
Anyway, Jaja, do you see this like Minato gif?
Yeah.
This is how he would do Sage Mode Hashirama.
Yes,
Okay. I mean, that's surprising given that you can improve it or whatever. I'll let that slide. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Trash ass nigga.
Damn. What is it? Isn't the first thing that happens like playing Possum Jutsu and then Gold Dust? Yeah, let me look at that.
What, the chapter appears?
Yeah. Yeah, I found it
Okay.
exactly.
How do you do that?
546. Because this is Win Style
546,
Casting Net, I think. Alright. So, like, we know that, like, Gold Dust Magnet Style, right? That, like, slowed down, like, Shikaku to the point where Shikaku, like, couldn't move. You know this, right? Like, that's how Rasa would always beat Shikaku.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, right, even with his Gold Dust mixed in, like, Rasa cannot tell that Gaara's, like, grabbing his leg until it happens. Even those Gaara's using this slowed sand that, like, Rasa is, like, has gold sand inside of.
Wait. Hold on, let me see. Did you send those scans?
Yeah, I'll post them right now.
Okay.
Jaja, I also have a question for you. I want your opinion on this. Is Rasa saying that Gaara is using playing possum, or is what's his face?
he thinks that Gara Shukaku and Gara use whatchamacallit? He thinks Gara Shukaku, and he said, yeah, Gara's using the playing possum due to the Shukaku has like fully possessed him. Yeah, okay. So I know like the stand near his feet is slowed down, right? But my issue with this is that we see Rasa being able to like react to and clash with Gara's sand in the gourd. Let me not send
Well, that would be like Ross's sand speed, not his like reaction speed. That would be like from a
yeah, so
significantly
like react
greater
to control
distance.
the sand. What do you mean by reaction? Like dodge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
talking
My
about
issue with
physical
that
reaction.
is this. Yeah, my issue with that is that he's not looking at it. Like when the sand grabs him, he's literally not looking at it. He's like he basically guard tricks him and makes it like rain sand. Then he lifts it up, right? And then he's grabbed, and then he's like he forced me to lift the dust. So I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
a
consistent that he was
different.
distracted.
Okay, that's like a different portion, but also that would also be like the slowed gold dust sand. Since
Yeah, I
Gaara
know
had
it's
to
still
like
Gold stand, but I'm saying it's
okay.
off guard.
Because he was off guard the second time. Like I'm confused.
Wait, what do you mean second time?
Oh, you're saying on the basis that he must have been off guard the first time, or it's inconsistent the first time, due to the fact that he's able to clash with Gourd Sand and then has to be caught off guard the second time. Is that what I'm?
Yeah, but what's this first time you're speaking of? Where like the weighted sand like does something to him? Is there
Okay,
another time
I
when
had
it
posted
happened?
it. I posted it. The first time that I'm speaking of is like right after the sand gets weighted. Gaara like uses the same sand that just got weighted to grab like base Raikage, Rasa, and Mongetsu. Is that Mongetsu?
Oh, that?
What's his name? Suigetsu, Gengetsu. Yes, they're all from the same family, so it's confusing.
Yeah, I would like kind of argue that's off guard too, because like it's not shown that he's actually looking at the sand. Like not only can he keep up with the Gourd sand, but it's not shown that he's actually looking at. Well, also what I also showed you, he's not shown to be looking at the sand when it grabs him, and I also show you like Gaara defeated
You know
him
that,
by
like,
like forcing
you know-
him to be off guard.
You know that they
So-
can like sense via their sand, right?
You said what?
You know that like they can sense via their sand, correct?
Since what they're saying?
Like sense movement within their sand. Amethyst. Honey,
How?
what do you need? They can like literally sense the movement of their sand. Basically, whenever they
Can you
like,
show Raza can do that? I don't recall him being able to do that.
oh fuck, I don't know if Raza can do it. I know Gaara and Shinki can do it.
I don't know that means Raza can do it because they don't all have like the same abilities inherently. So
You're
That's why I
right.
have an
Like
issue with
Shinki,
yeah.
you know, basically, apparently, you know Gaara's eye jutsu. Like
Yeah.
They call it third eye jutsu. Gaara like has to close his eye, and it's like implied that he's like that eye is dedicated to it. And he says it takes a ton of chakra for him, but Shinki can like do it on the low and doesn't need to close his eye.
Yeah.
Shinki-
I don't think.
Shinki
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't think they all have the same abilities with sand, and I think like due to him keeping up with the Gourd sand and like Gaara forcing him to be caught off guard in order to be defeated, I think it's consistent.
and
So-
is
And we also
still-
don't see where he's looking when it catches him the first time.
And this would still just lead us like down the rabbit hole. What's the problem with Rasa being able to react to Kagetsuchi?
Okay, sure. Because I think Raza's below Sasori in terms of speed. If he well, he doesn't even have to be below, but he's like around Sasori tiers.
You know that brings us back to the idea that like okay, Konkoro, right? Konkoro, who should be someone relative
Wait,
to
hold
Sasori.
on. No, fuck that Sasori shit, right? Hold on. If Raikage's fastest in the world when Raza's around, fuck that. I don't care. Yeah,
That doesn't matter.
but if
Who did I
like,
just
Gaara
go
can
over
react
this
to
with?
something-
I went over this with somebody, but his
Yeah, if Gaara
his
can
like
react to
I'm the
something that can
fastest
blitz a
shinobi is
full
only
power
in like
Raikage.
it was Ketsi? It was Ketsi, okay. It doesn't
Okay.
matter because like even I've already claimed Kagetsuchi would be able to like blitz the Raikage, and then it would just be as simple as the Raikage is not talking about like attack speed. You know like how
Why?
VSBW like dictates different speeds?
Why is he not? Why is he talking about like an individual speed?
Okay. Let me
I don't
like
get it.
first let's like have an understanding of like what definitions of speed I'm using. Because that will help us a lot.
But I'm saying like the speed statements are general. Speed applies to a lot of
No,
things
I
in
don't believe
Naruto.
so. I don't believe so.
They even
at
like
least
apply
not the
speed to
Raikages.
flying Raijin in Naruto actually. You know
No,
that, right?
I don't think
Like-
that like the Raikage is talking about like these speeds, and I'll explain
Okay.
why. But first, I want to like have an understanding of what I mean by speed, like each and every different speed.
Well, like travel, combat, whatever.
Travel, combat, attack, and like in the differentiation between attack and combat. So I think that
Okay.
like when the Raikage says like I'm the fastest shinobi alive, he's talking about like low end or like short range travel speed and combat speed. On the basis that
Why?
it's shown that Kagetsuchi can move faster than he can in that instance, and
But-
then we
but
can like
that's like very interpretation based, which is the point of this argument. Because I'm saying that
I mean,
my
we can also
interpretation can be
we can
supported
go
by
back
the
into like leg
consistency
drop.
only.
We can go back to into like leg drop, and then I can just say that like it's consistent that Kagetsuchi would be this fast.
What about the
Because I
leg
think
drop?
I think like the argument that leg drop is just like sense of or it's like just like gravity would be incredibly senseless, right? Because it would entail that like the Raikage after using his fastest attack or one of his fastest attacks, right? This like lateral bolt of pain is therefore going to go for like a slower attack, when he already sees Sasuke Susanoo up, and therefore the force that's being exerted would just be like him kicking his leg down, maybe, even though that's like, no, I'm not even gonna
It's
say that
probably
because leg
Sasuke's
drops
like
don't work
damaged
like
and can't
that.
move. Sasuke can't move, so that's why it can be appropriate to use. You know, it's like
And yet,
this is a weird analogy,
okay,
but
wait.
like in wrestling, you know,
No.
like how they jump off the top rope in wrestling, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's usually against like when the person they're fighting is hurt, they can't move, they're on the ground, so they get on the top rope.
Okay, that's
jump
fine
on
because
it.
it still wouldn't make sense in context due to the fact that we would be looking at like we would be looking at a Sasuke who already has like his Susanoo up, and he has a Matarasu on the Susanoo as well. So like either
when he
oh wait,
initiated the
no,
leg
no,
drop?
no, no, no. I think I maybe yeah, it's still on the Susanoo.
Was it like covering his front? I'm pretty sure it was on his back, not his front though.
No,
Actually,
it's
I
on
think
the
we might
edges
have
of the
said
rib
that's him.
cage. It's on the edges of the
let me
rib
look at
cage,
it.
and then he like moves it to the center of the rib cage and then moves it up. Let me post it.
Oh, hold on, let me check real quick. Oh, you're gonna post it?
Yeah, I already have it. So I think like the Raikage is literally just betting that he can get in before like the Susanoo gets to the center of the rib cage.
Yeah, okay, I was just gonna say, right, his leg does not have to hit the Amaterasu in this case, and like Sasuke's on the floor and can't really move. And then
Yeah,
Sasuke
but he
has to
already
hit
knows
that.
the speed of Kagetsuchi, and therefore he must be like
But
betting.
but
Okay,
you understand, like, this is like an argument that already like assumes that like your speed argument for Kagetsuchi is true, right?
well, no, I don't think it really
Be-
does. I
because-
don't think there was any.
Because what
I
I'm
don't think
basically
there was
finding is like
your
solutions
only
to support.
Jaja, your only counter argument to Kagetsuchi being that fast is that it's like contradictory to other things, right?
Like the consistent scaling, yeah.
Okay, and so do you want to
That's
go
what I'm
back? I'm saying that like this is supporting evidence for my argument.
But like your supporting evidence includes your argument already being true.
No, it doesn't.
Because like in order to support that the leg drop is like super fast, right? You brought up like the speed of the Kagetsuchi, but I'm like, but you haven't necessarily proven the speed of the Kagetsuchi.
We can
yet.
literally prove it another way, right?
Okay.
Because the
I'm
rib
also
cage.
pretty sure that's a fallacy. I forgot which one.
Hmm?
When you like assume your premise already be true.
No, I think it's just like pretty standard. I should say under this context, there's no contradiction if I hold my premises
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's called begging the question. When you said when an argument's premise assumes the truth of the conclusion. Because like you're basically like using the fact to like support that the leg drop is this fast. You're already like using the conclusion that Kagetsuchi's already this fast, which is like begging the question. So
Okay, anyways, right? It would just be as simple as A, right? If Sasuke has already endured multiple attacks from the Raikage, right? With the Susanoo alone, just tanking like the back force of the impact, right? Just like whenever he got slammed, the Raikage would be in a similar situation as when he did the Liger drop. And I don't know why he would do that yet again and come down on Sasuke unless this is a stronger, faster jutsu.
well, I'm saying because Sasuke can't move, so he's just like doing shit. Like if you haven't noticed, the Raikage just does wrestling moves, right? It doesn't
Sasuke literally
it-
can move and does. He can't roll
No,
out
I mean
of
like
the way.
move out the way. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
meant. That's what I meant.
And I'm saying that under the context that he can't move out of the way, this still is a bad move. On the
Why?
basis...
It's just
okay.
his fighting style, though. His wrestling fighting style.
Because he'd simply be falling with the weight of gravity. Have you ever seen a leg drop, Jaja?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's
Well,
also
then-
like swinging down his leg as well.
I
He's also
disagree.
swinging down his
I
leg. But I'm
disagree.
just saying he's. What do you
I don't
mean?
think he's
I'm pretty
swinging
sure
down
we
his
see him swing
leg. I think he's literally just leg dropping.
You can swing down your leg during a leg drop.
That wouldn't be a
I'm
leg
pretty sure
drop.
we see it. What do you mean? Are
Okay,
you saying
let me-
like
let me
it's not
show
a leg
you.
drop if you swing down your leg?
Let me show you like a leg drop.
Ah, the Naruto wrestling debate. New meta.
A leg drop is literally you just like jump on top of someone with your leg out. I don't know where you get this idea that like they're like, oh, he's like chopping his leg down. I don't see any sort of evidence.
I think that was in the anime. I don't know. That's probably where I'm getting you from. You mind if I use that real quick?
I mean, we can go talk about like the anime, but
Oh my god. Hold on. Let me see if it's in there first. This conversation is going a long way. We should wrap up this argument soon, so we don't last forever.
I think,
'Cause
like-
I haven't like
okay.
gotten to Hin and Naruto scaling.
I think this argument is literally it because it's like, okay, well, if Sasuke's Kagetsuchi is just this damn fast, Naruto just like kind of gets trapped in it. But under the context that Sasuke can't use Kagetsuchi, most of his other jutsu would not be in any way fast enough to stop Naruto. So I think this is literally it.
Wait, repeat that. My bad. Repeat that.
Basically, this is the one win con that's fast enough because Sasuke just because Danzo scales nowhere. What am I gonna do? Go talk about Sasuke intercepts Mifune and 3 Tomoe? Like what? Like there's literally nothing else except for Kagetsuchi.
Okay. Also whatchamacallit, brought up what was I gonna say? Raza, because I would argue that Hiruzen should be able to keep up with Raza in speed.
Wait, so I'm sorry. There's an ad on YouTube. I'm just posting a ton of leg drop videos.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I accidentally left VC. I don't know why I did that. But repeat that. Whatever you
Okay,
said
that's
after
good.
I finished my sentence.
It's funny that you left VC because I phased out because I was watching some YouTube ad. But basically, we can get into the extremities of Raza, Sorcery, and everyone else, right? But I think, are you just gonna drop the idea that he's kicking his leg down?
No. I don't think the definition of leg drop would include that you can't move your leg or whatever.
I mean, that's what's been shown over and over again. I do be showing videos of leg drops. I don't know.
I mean, fine. I don't even think it matters if he moves his leg or not, because I was just saying Sasuke's just can't roll out the way, and it's just his fighting style in general, because he has a wrestling based fighting style.
All right, now
so
we're back.
really
Now we're back to the actual debate. Yeah, I would just say on the basis that if it's just gravity pulling down the Raikage, let's be generous and say that the Raikage jumped 30 feet in the air and he's a 300-pound man or some shit. It still wouldn't be anything to Sasuke's durability, and thus he must have some way of giving an enhanced attack via falling.
I think it whatchamacallit. Wait, what's the enhancement? Before
I don't know.
Continue.
I don't know what the enhancement would
Unknown.
be. Yeah, I think it must exist, or else we have
yeah,
I was going to. All this makes no sense because if you think about it, even even Curse Mark Sasuke from Part 1 is getting pile driven off of 200-pound cliffs. I really don't think that a 300-pound man falling maybe 4 feet onto him is gonna hurt him that much.
Yeah, well, I would just argue that Sasuke is damaged. Whatchamacallit. What was I gonna say?
To the extent where regular wrestling moves are hurting him.
Yeah, because didn't Raikage hit near his neck area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue he's kind of damaged internally in terms of bones and muscles. I would argue even if you have high durability, I don't know, even if you're super powered or whatever, this can happen in terms of anime or whatever. If you're injured, you're still prone to getting hurt. Even though it's not Naruto, I don't think it would really differ and such. But I was rereading One Piece lately, and this character named Sanji, he has superpowers. He's a superpower character, super strong, super durable. He gets hurt by a regular old woman due to the fact that his spine is broken, and she slapped him in the back of the spine and it hurt him. Right, and I'll argue
that sounds like
Sasuke's,
a fucking gag scene. I hate you. Anyways, Sasuke.
No,
if this was the
case,
then I think it would be more so true. Whenever after the Liger drop and Sasuke basically gets pinned up against his Susanoo, he then gets chopped in the back of the neck again. Shows no I'm not gonna say shows no sign of damage, but
he was coughing up blood. No, I don't know. He showed damage. He legitimately coughed up blood.
But these are two attacks that would have been to the upper back and or neck that don't do the trick. So why is a body shot all of a sudden gonna do it?
He doesn't have to not every single attack has to be used to one shot characters. I don't know if Naruto's fighting a character.
Do you want to read what the Raikage said right before he did the guillotine drop?
What do you
say? Do not underestimate the Raikage. Lord Raikage, don't tell me. Whoa, he's sacrificing his left arm. Sasuke gets knocked onto the ground. He jumps up and is coming down and says, "You're finished." He very clearly was
Oh, that's
aiming for
fine.
the
Yeah,
kill.
then I'll just go back to the argument that like due to Sasuke's RA injuries, that will fuck him up. Yeah, I think that's a fine argument.
Yeah, I think that argument's debunked by the fact that this would have been more clear and more pronounced after 2 injuries to the same area.
Well, I think there's like that's like a more logical conclusion than like an unknown conclusion to come to as to whatever's boosting the Raikage's speed midair. Because
Well, I would
whatever's
just say
boosting the Raikage's
I would just
speed
say that
midair
it's
is
the
completely
chakra
unknown.
cloak then, because we see that the chakra cloak
How does the
trails
chakra
behind
cloak
him.
boost his speed midair?
Yeah, I'll post it. The chakra cloak seems
Okay.
to be trailing behind him and almost propulsing him downwards whenever he's coming down for the guillotine drop. I posted it.
Where? I don't think that means it's propelling him.
Yeah,
That
I
just
think
means
that,
that
I
it's
think
being
seeing
shaped by
is-
gravity as well.
I think that seeing as something must be propelling him logically, and then like
Oh.
and then the fact that he's like coming downwards in this way, and as is the lightning cloak would just mean that it's like most likely that it's the lightning cloak propelling him.
Are you like referring to his leg?
What's coming off of his leg? Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's being propelled. It just means it's falling. Like I don't think
No,
there's
I think it's being
any
propelled.
indication of it being propelled.
We
Like,
also
I
see
don't know
that
where
like
it's coming from.
we also see that like it's happening with the rest of his body as well.
Yeah, due to him falling.
No, I'll post a different one.
Okay.
And I don't think that like chakra cloaks waver and they're clinging to their like owner whenever they're like
Because you know if he can
moving.
like propel himself midair, he can like double jump and fly and shit, right?
Yeah, we see people do that.
Not the Raikage.
Yeah, and
But yeah, I'm saying like this is like you're kind of like reaching and like making extra assumptions. Ooh, excuse me, I have to burp.
I don't
Reaching
think
and
I'm
making
making an extra
assumptions,
assumption.
and this would
I
fall
think
under Occam's
I
razor.
think I'm making an apologetic conclusion, and therefore I'm drawing what's actually
But
the
I
most
think
likely.
my conclusion is more like is a better apologetic conclusion due to the fact that like it can actually make sense, but like you're like giving
Why
an
can't
interpretation
mine
that's like
make
completely
sense?
unsupported. Because it's a completely unsupported interpretation.
Why is yours further supported? You supported it using a different
Why is mine
manga,
further
Jaja.
supported? I actually like use like a logic of like, oh, him being like able more prone to damage due to like the injuries that he already has, right? Which
Yeah,
can like
and I'm
actually
saying-
be, which
And
is
I've
shown
already
to be,
debunked
like,
that by
can be the
saying if
case.
that was the case, then it would have happened with 2 injuries to the neck area instead of 2
There's no, not necessarily. No,
I'm
it could
saying
have
that
happened in 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Who knows? Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, just because the 2 didn't kill him doesn't mean the 3rd won't. The 3rd could just be the finishing blow. Like the 2 just hurt him, and the 3rd can be the finishing blow. It can be 3 hurt him, 4th is finishing blow. Like that's not like that doesn't actually defeat the argument. I didn't even like realize you were saying that. I don't know.
and
what was
even
going on
then,
in my brain.
even then, we know that like whenever these Uchiha boys are dying, right, literally
Yeah.
on their deathbed, that like these strong attacks they can still tanks. Like what was it? The ribcage Susanoo that Itachi was able to get up before Kirin, and he's still like alive afterwards.
I don't think whatchamacallit, those are like the same factors here, like the person attacking them for 1 and for 2,
Yeah, the
like
person
the
would be
stamina they
stronger.
have, and their like pain tolerance and stuff like that. I don't think
Yeah,
those factors are like the same. So
I think we can like wrap
this.
this up because I think it's pretty clear that
Okay.
like I've won this point, but
Okay. You want to wrap it up here?
wrap it up entirely. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
just like if I win Kagetsuchi speed, right? Or I guess I should go over like reaction speed in that, right? But it's basically just if I win speed of Kagetsuchi, Naruto gets like engulfed and just is kind of stuck there. Like even if he
Okay.
can like try and attack Sasuke, it's just like okay, well, Sasuke like pulls him with Kagetsuchi or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then like if Kagetsuchi speed lost, it's just like Sasuke gets like blitzed and Rasen shurikened.
Okay. Also, I want you to tell me how fast you think the V2 Raikage is.
I would say he's like, on the basis of our discussion, he would be like faster than the V2 Raikage, who's like relative to KCM1, and that's like a full power
Yeah.
KCM1 that would be stronger than like the weakened clone that then has to resort to Sage mode.
Oh, okay. You're using inverse scaling. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
or I
kind
could
of
just, like-
disagree with this. But okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not like disagreeing with like the line of scaling for V2 Raikage. I'm disagreeing with like Sasuke scaling to the said line of scaling, basically. So you mind if I move on with some Sage Mode Naruto arguments?
Yeah, I think it'll be like pretty. Is there anything that like bypasses huge speed difference?
Well, I think I debunked the speed, but I would just like go into Naruto speed, like, and like it would like my argument would be true, assuming that I won the
Oh,
last
you
argument.
just want
So,
to
yeah.
like you want to attach Naruto somewhere.
Yeah, I just want to
Okay,
send
yeah,
him to a
that's fine.
place and say, and because I think I won the last argument. Are you fine with base Jiraiya being above Part One Kakashi in speed?
Um, I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Base Jiraiya above
Are you
part
fine
one.
with?
Yeah, Kakashi seems to have some sort of like reverence for Jiraiya. Yeah.
Okay. Are you fine with Sage Jiraiya being like above that as well? Like way
He,
above that?
yeah, probably.
Are you fine with Sage Naruto being above Sage Jiraiya?
I don't believe so. Or I
would-
should say, I
okay,
have no
well-
reason. I have no real reason to believe so.
Well, basically, my main argument for Sage Naruto being above Sage Jiraiya is like the whole purpose of Naruto actually mastering Sage mode was to like surpass Jiraiya and in order to defeat someone that Jiraiya couldn't, and I think he fulfilled that purpose. Not in terms of like whatchamacallit, necessarily like embodying pain in Sage mode, but mastering Sage mode in order to like
I think
keep up with.
I think he
someone like
mastered
Jiraiya couldn't.
Sage mode, but the fact that like he can't keep up with a weak or like he gets kind of like messed up by a weaker pain, it would be evidence of like the contrary
When?
in terms of scaling.
When
That like these pains can like grab him even though he like has his Sage mode activated.
which pass?
I may have that incorrect. I think it should be
Yeah.
Preta. Tries to absorb his chakra.
Yeah, okay. When he got his chakra absorbed, it was because he got pulled in by the universal pool, and then the Preda grabbed him off of that. And Jiraiya never countered the universal pool, of course.
I think he should. Was he like was he in midair when he got grabbed or what? Like I'm confused.
Let me grab this game. Let me see.
Because
I don't
unless
think it
he's
really
in like
matters.
unless he's in a state of lower maneuverability, I think he could have like rolled out of the way or something of the sort, or even thrown out an
universal
attack
pool?
to counter. Yeah,
The universal pool?
yeah.
I don't know.
I think that you can like, seeing as it's just like pulling in on an axis towards X, right, or towards 0. I think that if you like try and not like sidestep, but if you try and like redirect your trajectory, you'll keep going to the same place. But I think that rather than being pulled in on that straight line, you can like curve the arc. Does that make sense?
I don't think that. Yeah, it's kind of confusing me a bit. Can't lie.
Do I need to like
yeah.
go into Paint 3D and draw what I mean? Because I will. Yeah, we're gonna do good old Paint. You guys can watch. My
I think it
stream
kind
if
of
you
caught
want.
Naruto off guard as well. To be fair.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, this is how Naruto goes into Universal Pull, but he could do that. You feel me? I'll post this. I'll post my masterpiece.
Oh, also that heat statement. This is the furthest pain has ever been pushed. I want to add that in there.
I
The
mean,
heat statement.
that's fine because it doesn't mean anything except for like this or that pain is like or how would I explain it, right? Let me get my Paint 3D drawing out there first.
Okay. It's so weird. First wrestling, now paint. Oh my god. Ridiculous.
So instead of being pulled straight in, he might be able to like roll out and get pulled in at a different angle. That's what I'm trying to say.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Oh,
What
unless
is it?
unless like I said, he's in midair, which yeah.
He wasn't midair, but he got caught off guard by it because he literally didn't know what was going on. Like he he was just
Yeah, I still think it's like pretty clear that he could have reacted with some sort of attack.
like what?
Like Faral.
Well, I wouldn't
Kumite.
necessarily say this makes Jiraiya above him because Jiraiya's never been in this situation before. So it's not like
Well, I mean,
Jiraiya would do
so-
better than Naruto. There's
So
nothing to say
even
that.
if we say that like Naruto's getting pulled at some at like adverse speed, right? We know that there's still this attack coming towards him, which he should have greater speed than apparently. Can you guys stop typing in the scans chat?
Why would he have to have greater speed than the universal pool?
That's not what I'm saying.
What
I'm
are you
saying he doesn't have to have greater speed to like be able to react to something coming at him during the universal pull. Does that make sense?
Oh, during the punch?
Yeah. He could have like countered. That's what I'm saying.
But what if he doesn't have the strength to like actually do anything about it?
He's in Sage mode.
Like an example where like whatchamacallit.
Or
When
even think about
Nagato
it this
pulled
way,
in-
right? The punch
Wait,
is like
hold on, let me finish the
Oh, I'm
example.
sorry.
Real quick. Let me finish it. Like when Edo Nagato pulled in KCM Naruto into a rock, instead of like using his arm and limbs to stop it, his arm and limbs were at mercy. He actually had to grow chakra arms in order to stop the rock from hitting him. So like in this case, like the force pulling him back is so much that his arms and legs are at mercy. Like in that situation, but in that situation, he could ground chakra arms.
Are you trying to say that like they're useless or like they're getting pulled in?
I'm saying like whatchamacallit? I'm saying like due to the gravitational force being too strong, he can't just like freely move his arms and legs to stop the prey to pass punch.
Well, they're literally like hanging behind him, and we also know he could use Frog Kumite to like ricochet off of or like exert force onto the punch so that he comes in at a different angle than
Without his hands?
expected. Yes, Frog Kumite is just
When?
like okay. Let me post the scan of like because it's whenever Paul explains Sage Mode, he like makes it clear that it's this passive aura that can just be extended, right?
Okay. Yeah, I would like to do that.
Because we even see it like bunch around Naruto. I get a little bit more triggered every time somebody says something in the scans chat. I'm not gonna lie. What is that should be in the lab.
What should be in the lab?
That Sage Mode Naruto scan.
Which one?
You'll like it looks like Naruto's on fire with Sage Mode aura, if that makes sense.
Yeah, let me delete that. No, I'm playing.
Oh god, you're a bitch.
I'm gonna help you find it.
Let me delete the entire lab. That'll help. Let me ban Spencer from the lab mid-debate.
That's right.
Oh, I found it.
All right.
They're saying that, like, basically because he's, like, in touch with all of Sage Mode. And they're even talking about, like, what just happened with Frog Kumite.
Okay.
The energy becomes part of Naruto in attacked pain. Goes to show out in Sage Mode, both perception and attack capacity are enhanced well beyond the ordinary.
But he channeled it out through a punch, though, which is my point.
I don't think that, like, I think that while the punch may have been, like, the way that he decided to channel it out, there's been no description of this that, like, restricts it to that punch, if that makes sense.
But I don't think there's been any description of it that would, like, refer to it being used outside of, like, punches and kicks. So I think this argument would, like, fall both ways. And, like, it's like, completely up to possibility that he would, like, be able to, like, use Frog Kumite in that way. And I, like, brought up, like, the example in which, whatchamacallit, in which KCM Naruto.
like...
Yeah, so I think, like, his arm and legs were just at mercy, like, in that situation, KCM Naruto.
I
also the
think
same
that,
thing
like,
happened to Kakashi's clone, I think. Remember?
When it got pulled in?
Lightning clone. Yeah, when it got pulled in, it, like,
I
didn't
wanna
move
see...
his arms and legs and just got stabbed, like, just straight up. I couldn't do
I
nothing
don't
about it.
know
Just got
what
pulled and
happens
stabbed.
to, like... It's weird, because, like, they get pulled, and then the moment they get, like, hit by something, their arms go in front of them. Maybe it's, like,
yeah,
because,
like, they're getting, like, he's getting punched on it, and, like, after, it's just, like, stopping him from moving midair, and, like, the force just, like, you know, like, you could probably do the same thing IRL. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but, like, if you, like, fall with your arm and legs behind you, right, and, like, your arm and legs are, like, moving behind you, if you hit something and it suddenly stops you, then your arm and legs will, like, jump lunge forward, so that's how it will work.
I guess.
Yeah. So that's how I think.
What was this? What was this initial claim that we were like trying to get to?
Oh, Sage Naruto but Sage Jiraiya. I was basically saying, farthest pain has ever been pushed. The purpose of him mastering Sage Mode was to surpass Jiraiya and defeat someone that he couldn't, and he mastered Sage Mode.
So I'll just like take on the farthest pain has ever been pushed, right? I think that that's like fine because like we agree that like the pain that fought in the Rain Village is just stronger than the pain that fights in the Leaf Village. Specifically, the one that fights Naruto, seeing as he's exhausted so much chakra via the chaotic.
I don't necessarily agree with that. No. I think the issue with the Rain Village pain arguments is that it's completely a possibility thing. Basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, being closer to Nagato does give you more access to said chakra, but it also two factors you have to put in. Does Nagato feel like putting these extra chakra into said pains, and are the pains capable of taking in extra chakra? Like, those are two, like, possibilities you have to take into account.
I would say, like, the last question is indefinitely yes, seeing as we know that, like, they get stronger as they whittle away. So I think that they're, like, able to take in more chakra.
When they get stronger as they whittle away.
Whenever it's, like,
happen?
Tendo alone.
Yeah.
fuck? I've only read the Pain arc once.
The only
was a
time,
long time ago.
the only time at least I recall where Tendo alone did like a super impressive feat was the Chibaku Tensei. But then like he was just taking a chakra to go directly to Chibaku Tensei. I'd say, he had to like get closer to Nagato in order to use a jutsu. So that would mean like Tendo alone was just that strong. It was like Tendo alone could use the chakra for Setjutsu. So I don't remember Tendo alone doing like anything impressive physically.
Yeah, I guess that's fine that you could say like that
Stage Naruto,
Tendo.
Stage Jiraiya?
No. That's not what I was allowing. I guess that's fine that you could say that like No, I guess that would be the conclusion of like me lacking argument. So yeah, you could have like Sage Naruto like marginally above Sage Jiraiya, I guess.
All right, so look at scans and calcs, boy.
If you're about to
Wait,
post
I don't have the
something
image.
stupid-
Hold on. Listen, you may or may not debunk this. I really don't care, but I'm gonna use it anyways. Wait, did I copy? Yeah, did I copy the whole message? Ha ha ha. I don't know how niggas about to feel about this one, but I just.
If you post some stupid shit, I might spit into my microphone.
Why? Wait, hold on. I copied it incorrectly. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was the first text and first image. Oh, this is 2 messages. All right, I'm fucking tripping.
Kishimoto doesn't like to bleed panels. Are you about to calc some
know.
shit? I fucking hate you.
Kakashi 33% speed of light relativistic. Ha. I'm basically just using this to like scale whatchamacallit, Sage Naruto to relativistic. I think there might be some more relativistic calcs on VSB though. It might be a Tsunade one. I don't know. I might have to look into that.
Jaja.
Hmm?
You're not thinking about this, are you?
What?
Okay.
Wait, pulling out the relativistic Sage Naruto? I mean, I could probably do it. I don't know.
All right.
I might just do it right now.
Jaja, break down this calc for me. Come on.
Hold on.
Explain
Let me
it
see
through.
if I can. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can find the other calc because I remember there was 2 calcs in which damn, where the hell is it? There might be another calc real quick. This is a fucking Boruto calc. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Can you give me a couple minutes so I can find this other calc, please?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. When they got downplayed back to massively hypersonic plus, I mean they removed the relativistic calc. Hold on, versus about wiki might have hoed me just now. I don't know.
Jaja, tell me when you
Might
find
have
your
voted.
calc so I can unpause my recording.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause my
Shut up,
recording too.
bitch.
Okay, Jaja found his calc.
Oh, okay. It's basically whatchamacallit, measuring Kakashi's what was the time? Oh yeah, basically they measure distance 14 times. What is this? Oh, basically they measure how fast Kakashi moves in relation to Kaku.
In relation to
I said
Haku.
Kaku. Yeah. I said
Okay, was Haku in the mirrors the entirety of the travel distance?
He projected from the mirror.
Was
He
he in the
jumped out the
mirror the
mirror.
entirety of the travel distance?
No, he's a body flicker, but the mirror
Okay.
speed is his body flicker.
Can you
It's
prove that?
stated. Yeah, it's stated. Hold
Yeah,
on,
I'd like to see that.
A lot of people miss out on this. I caught it though.
And it's also
Jaja
stated.
almost messed
Shut up! I swear to God, I'll piss in your mouth. Who spoke?
Chill, man. Chill, bro. You know the body flicker hand sign, right?
Half Tiger, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we see him make that before he jumps, and then I'm gonna get the scan that says, he's using the body, like his speed of the ice mirror is just basically the body flicker. The ice mirrors are just like illusionary bullshit.
Okay, can you like show me like how are you dictating all of these distances? Oh, you sent the
Pixel calcs.
you sent the scans in the wrong order. You're dumb.
Did I?
Yes.
I Ooh, I did.
Where's
Interesting.
Haku in
Anyway.
relation?
Oh, they measure like whatchamacallit? Did I send it in the wrong order? Shit, I might have.
Do we not have the
Okay,
starting
yeah.
distance for Haku in the calc?
Oh no, they basically, yeah, okay. Wait, what's this? Wait, this calc is kind of weird because there's like it's just straight numbers without like a lot of extra explanation.
Yeah, I
But I
would
guess
appreciate that.
oh, so basically they're measuring like if you look in the in the second scan they're like fucking measuring the distance like that Haku went from Haku to Naruto, and then like when the scans are they're measuring the distance in between like Kakashi and like Zabuza, so they're like speed of light Haku. You agree that Haku's amped here as well, right? He has to protect Zabuza, therefore he's stronger, as he said to Naruto.
I mean, I think Haku's also like running out of chakra on the basis that he's been using Shunshin for too long. Because like, even I forget who it was, but someone says that like Haku's speed will only last so long. But like, if you could
Yeah.
continue with like, how do they dictate Haku's starting point? If you could like give me that. Okay.
So basically,
I'm sorry, Naruto,
yeah, these
I
are
can't die
scans
yet.
saying he is using Shunshin. Yeah.
Half Tiger, fine. Art of the Teleportation, the only... What translation of that chapter? Just give me that
This
chapter,
is Viz.
Jaja.
This is Viz.
That's some bummy translation.
It's Viz. Okay. I only read off of manga. See, straight Viz. I don't know what you talking about. But...
Okay, then give me the chapter. I'll look for it. I'll look for it myself.
Actually, let me actually like read into this calc more because I'm not actually just reading to it. I'm just like copy pasting this shit. So actually,
Spencer,
let me
the
read into it.
chapter should be somewhere around like 30 to 33.
Let me see.
33 is Sasuke dead. So...
Dead.
Dead.
32,
Nigga died.
33.
He
I went way
gone.
too late. I went to like Zabuza's death.
He got spliffed. I hate when niggas say that. It's so overused.
Chapter
30 is...
20... Let me look at my scan.
Huh?
Is it earlier?
Haku
It's
takes
somewhere
off...
in the mid-20s.
Yeah, Haku leaves before Kakashi does, so... This calc is invalid.
It's chapter 25. Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. Let me like actually...
I'm looking at chapter
Yeah.
30 right now, and Haku starts moving before Kakashi does.
Okay, so let me actually like read into this calc more and further understand it.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So basically...
I'm not gonna say it right now. Never mind. I'm gonna say this later. But I implore you to address the argument I just made.
Actually, Haku leaving before Kakashi does my amp the calc actually, because Kakashi like can still reach that whatchamacallit distance despite like if they left at the same time, right? It'll probably lessen it, but like Haku leaving before my amp it. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, basically. So
Okay,
first
then
they
it's a
measure
good
like
thing.
the height.
Then
of
it's a good
Zabuza.
thing that like I was wrong about that.
Okay.
That's where I was like, oh wait, shit, because I noticed that I was kind of capping, because I like reread
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is what they do. So basically, they use the panel height. Wait, let me look at the panel height 3 pixels. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so in this first part, they like basically measure like the panel height, right? They
Of what
first off
panel?
they find like the size of Zabuza, then the panel height, and then they find out like the distance between Kakashi and Zabuza, and like use the previous measurements of Zabuza to measure said distance, right? And they also use the panel height to
Okay,
like find the
do they
distance between
angicize
Kakashi
the
and Zabuza.
distance? Because the distance is like the
Between
distance is
Haku-
leaving the panel, and the panel's at an off angle. It's not at the same angle of which
Yeah,
they're facing.
they do. If you look at like they bring up panel height and then you see 2 A10 tan 70 divided by 2 35 divided by panel height. Like they do actually like take into account like the angles and like the distance and perspectives of like Kakashi, like whatchamacallit, Naruto and Zabuza. So it's basically like using Zabuza's height.
No,
They measure
don't.
that for the distance.
They don't angicize at all in reference to like the distance between Naruto and Zabuza. They should have, but they didn't.
They doing. I don't really.
It's at
To be honest,
it's
I'm
at
not
an
a
off
calcer.
angle. Okay, basically, we're looking directly at Zabuza in the Zabuza, Haku, and like Kakashi in the distance, and Naruto is in an off angle. But they're using that off angle to dictate as to where Haku started from. So
What do you
seeing
mean
as
off
we haven't,
angle?
okay, it's over Naruto's shoulder, and there's like a viewing distance angle that must be determined to actually dictate like how far away. But they're just saying like, okay, we're not going to account for like the actual like, how would you call it? Not viewing angle, but like the off distance due to like the how you perceive things that are farther away is just smaller. And like the angle at which it runs, it's weird. I think I'm making an argument. I don't know.
I don't think we both understand this too much, do we? I don't know. This is a weird cow. Whatever. This is kind of wank anyways. I thought I was gonna get debunked anyways, but regardless, what was I gonna think? Well,
You could also just
I'll
say
just use inverse scaling.
I could also just use this like use the fact that like Kakashi is weaker than the self that like cut lightning, and this would be like return
You know
stroke
what?
of lightning speed. You know how Kakashi says he's like weaker than he was when he was in the Anbu?
Yeah, but Sasuke, I mean, whatchamacallit? Kakashi cutting lightning. Well, one, we don't know when he did that in the Anbu, because he wasn't like just in the Anbu for like a day, There was like a period of time, right?
Well, I mean, it was after Guy had his Chunin flak jacket, so it was pretty late into his Anbu career.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's fun. Well, no, that would still be weird because whatchamacallit? We should know that. Well, you agree, like whatchamacallit? The sound 4, you can scale like some of the sound 4 to like lightning speed based off like statements, right? Some of their attacks, right?
Some of their attacks that may be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the problem with that.
Oh, because whatchamacallit? Do like Tokubetsu Jonin like nearly out of chakra can like force the sound 4 to like near death.
That would just mean
Despite
that
them
those
having like, lightning
Tokubetsu.
speed statements.
Yeah, that's fine because like that would just mean that Kakashi gets much stronger after he starts training again, which is almost directly after this arc.
But if you're saying like Kakashi's lightning blade is like slower than it was back then, and it's like lightning speed back then, that would mean that current Kakashi would be slower than these out of chakra Tokubetsu Jonin, despite him being the like strongest Jonin in the village.
I mean, when is that
stated.
statement in pertainment to?
That him being the strongest Jonin in the village?
Yeah.
I think it would be like overall strongest. Like
Well,
I bring up like
point in time?
examples of like
No. At what point in time is what I'm asking.
this is stated in like part 1.
Okay, but where in part 1? Because I'm saying that he would only be like at this Tokubetsu Jonin nearing level, right? Pre Chunin exams.
You're saying he's at this level pre-tuning exams.
Yeah.
The statement is like whatchamacallit. It should be involving that. Let me get the statement actually. Hold on. Let me get my Naruto server.
Ayo, what? Did Sasuke put Haku on his ass? Right before he died? Huh?
Yes, he did.
I mean, Sasuke is like the most useless member of Team 7 though, so it doesn't matter.
There's like 4 statements, some from Data Book 1, some from the first fan book, basically saying that strongest in village.
Okay, but when does the first fan book cover is what I'm asking.
The first fan book covers middle of tuning exam arc.
Yeah, Kashi's currently blah blah blah. He leads the fight.
It also
when the
brings up
village is
how he
threatened,
has to
working
balance
hard
the
as a
role as
jonin.
like. Also brings up how he like balances the role as like sensei, sensei leader of Team 7, and like being the village's top jonin.
Yeah, I think that's
So
fine because it's
never treated as like a brand new title.
No, it's fun because he starts training again like right after he like becomes their sensei. Like basically right after the Zabuza arc. I think it's like chapter 93 is when he's really like, damn, this shit's like kicking my ass. I used to be able to do
But
this all the
he's still
time.
considered like a rival to Guy pre-training, right?
I mean, fine. Guy like
And they
gets
said that
exponentially
Guy's
stronger almost every day.
Yeah. they said that what? They said like guys like title, right? Because like you like first of all, you're treating like these as like brand new things that like happens like this reputation's brand new. But like guy has the title that is like treated similar as Kakashi's title as the strongest, and like he already rivals some pre-tunings. Because Kakashi's considered the greatest elite ninja in the village and the leads by everyone, and similarly, guys considered the greatest hot-blooded ninja. So they're saying like they're close in power and they have similar reputations. That's basically what that goes over. I'm saying like guy has like had this reputation beforehand. So it's not like these
I
titles
think
by
that's
Guy
fine
Kakashi
because
are
like
brand new things.
Kakashi used to be far above Guy, and then it's like getting close. That's fine.
Yeah, but
That
I'm
would
saying
mean
they're
Kakashi's
like they're still
fallen.
close
That's cool.
pre-tuning exams as well.
Yeah, that's cool. That would just mean Guy starts working harder as the tuning exams kick up. As does Kakashi.
You said what?
I'm saying that it's like fine because Kakashi
But I'm
used to
saying
be
Guy
far.
still has the reputation of being near the strongest ninja in the village pre-tuning.
Yes,
exams.
and if Kakashi's been slacking off, that follows because we know back in like their early Jonin days and back when Kakashi was in the Anbu, he would kick Guy's ass at everything. So much
Yeah,
so
but I'm
that
saying like wait, but then who would have the reputation of the strongest ninja in the village?
who would?
Yeah, because either it would be Guy or Kakashi. So who would?
I mean, I don't know. I think I think Guy's like catching up to Kakashi finally as the series starts, and then like Kakashi starts training and Guy starts training. I think it's fine.
Well, basically, just to like summarize the argument, I'm basically saying that well, one, they would outrank the Tokubetsu Jonin before Kakashi even trained, right?
Yeah,
He's
but
out
we
of
know
Sakura
that we know that
Tokubetsu
like
Jonin.
rank means nothing.
Why? Why does rank mean nothing? What do you mean? There's literally like a data book entry about like how the Jonins are like super strong. I have that. If you want me to,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
give it.
I'm talking about like as the
Yeah.
ranks get higher and higher, they get harder to obtain. But we know that people can still have power above those in the rank above them.
Like
Even
who?
excluding like Naruto and Sasuke, we have like Tamari in part 1 can do a summoning. We have the obvious of Gara and like Sakura is like a Chunin is outpowering a ton of Jonin.
Like who?
Chunin Sakura from the war.
Oh, from the war? Well, that's because like she's super strong in the middle of the war. She can't get promoted like mid-war.
We know that like
Like-
Omoi and Karui could like beat the fuck out of Jonin. We have Kakashi
The one that
admitting,
base Naruto can react to?
yeah, we have Kakashi admitting that he's below base Naruto. We have like
Yeah, with the Rasen Shuriken, sure.
we have Shikamaru blatantly outscaling Asuma.
Mid-war?
No, in their fights against their respective
fight?
fights against Hidan.
Oh, well, that just means he didn't get the promotion. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it's possible for these people to be a rank below because they haven't gotten their promotion yet.
So you're just saying it's possible they haven't got their promotion yet?
Yeah.
But you would also have to take into account that, one, Kakashi still stayed as stronger, and two, they're out of chakra.
Yeah, that's fine. That would just mean that, like, even though
Wow.
they're out of chakra, their physical stamina's high.
Their physical stamina? What?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's
Wait,
fine.
why?
Huh? Because they can deal with these threats.
Why does that mean their physical stamina is high? Why won't we just
'Cause
go
that
to
would
the
mean that
conclusion
they
that's
can,
more
like,
supported that,
with-
like, Kakashi just scales above the Sound 4? Like, what do you mean?
I don't see a problem with him. Like, he can scale above all of the Sound 4. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm saying he's, like, much faster than, like, these lightning timer Sound 4s.
I think you could just say that, like, either A, the Sound 4 aren't lightning timers, which is fine. Because
Why are they not lightning timers?
You haven't even posted this evidence for why the Sound 4 is lightning timers. We haven't gone over that
sure, I
yet.
got you. This is a pretty long debate. Oh, let me
How
just
did we-
look into second
How
data.
did we get here? Oh, you're scaling Naruto.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, like, because you were, like, trying to debunk the calc with, like, because, to be fair, like, in terms of, like, the mathematical
Well, I
parts, we both were kind of, like, not knowing what we were talking about. But then you, like, brought up, like, how it would be inconsistent, and then you brought, like, the lightning blade thing, but I'm like, no, because Kakashi, like, outscales, like, lightning timer Sound 4s.
I mean, I can just throw, like, some bullshit math at you, and then we can, like, you can be like, oh, I don't know. If that's what you want, we can do that.
I don't think we both really know the math behind it, to be fair. Here's like a data book entry for like Hidomaru's era. It brings up like his lightning speed arrow. There's other shit. Let me grab it.
Okay, I'll just say this, right? The measurement of the panel at which, like the distance at which Naruto is from Kakashi, is incorrect on the basis that it extends all the way to the bottom outline of the panel. So it's 1 pixel too big.
What do you mean?
The
You want me to
300
recalculate and subtract 1 pixel?
Yes.
It would still be relativistic, Spencer. You know that.
I don't
Oh
care.
my God.
I don't care. I don't care. Do it. Come on, Jaja.
Well, you just
Do
said
it now or
it would be
concede the calc.
relativistic.
Do it now or concede the calc.
What?
Concede the calc. Do
Anyways.
it. Come on, recalc it. Recalc it.
You just said it would be relativistic.
I said
think
I don't
that's accurate.
care. I said I don't care. I don't know that.
Well, all I need is for you to say it's relativistic. I'm fine. So, here's like a screenshot I took of like.
And this doesn't
Shoji,
even.
You know.
This doesn't even matter. Cause it still puts
So-
like no, Jaja. Sasuke still scales above this as long as he scales to the Raikage. I don't.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
I
I'm
think
so
I won that
confused here.
argument.
No.
I know you
But
think that,
even
but
like
I think
V1,
something
even
different.
V1 is fine.
V1 is fine. How
Yeah,
so?
because one-armed V1 is what's stated to be light speed. Like
no, he said it to be almost the speed of light.
let me go back to the lab. Let's see if Jaja deletes it in time this time.
That that translation is pretty rad actually. I don't know, because I went to the same website and like, I don't know.
I'm gonna
It
post
depends.
it. I'm gonna post it.
The rat trans. Please don't post out like that low quality profit shit. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Oh, all right. Wait. Everyone. I'm about to expose Jason.
Yeah.
Jason just DM'd me something. And if it's something about this debate, I want all of you to call him a rat.
What'd he say?
I'm gonna post it right now. Oh my god, change his name to rat. Change his name to rat right now.
Rat.
Rat! Oh god! Oh my god! Oh, I love exposing people like that.
Well,
I sent
yeah,
you the
actually, I
count
counted
the
the
speed of the
translation.
debate.
Hey, everybody say F to Jason's
Spencer, you
debate
bitch.
career. F in the chat for Jason's debate career. Alright, thank you everyone. So, Jaja, are we gonna like argue translations? We can do that.
Yeah, we might have to. I would argue like this translation has more validity because it's like by people who like actually like understand the Japanese language, because you know that like they have a whole translation
Like who?
team versus like a bot.
Like who? Who are these people?
Oh, Naruto died at the beginning.
Huh?
I think they have more validity than bots. Because like a lot of the
I
times,
don't
like
think
you
so.
you agree that like translate bots like can't like fully understand grammar. Like you know the one that Jason just sent you, that's from a translate bot. I hope you know that. That taking after his Dicey's dad. That
Yeah, I'm not
terrible translation.
using Jason's. That's not what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not saying you're using it. I'm saying like that's from a translation.
Yeah,
bot.
I
Like, they
posted
don't,
that
like,
to
understand
expose
it.
him for being like,
Yeah.
because I hate those people so much. They make me feel like really uncomfortable. Like people who like send me scans
thought-
in debate. No, shut up.
I thought you were
You're a
looking
rat.
for the Scots.
All right. Anyways, people who send like scans mid debate, especially if I haven't like quoted the scan yet, like that really like upsets me. Because that means like you'll do it to somebody else too. I don't like that. That's why I don't usually open my DMs at all during debates. But
Yeah, me neither.
I think that on the basis that like this bot can't understand grammar and yet still comes to such a solid conclusion as while rushing at such a speed of light makes it very clear that
That's
this
not
is
solid.
like it's
Wait, hold
old
on.
fashioned.
I can send you like Google Translate with like an alternative translation as well, just to show you like it can change as well.
Okay, yeah, do me that. I just said do me that. That was weird.
Yeah, that's very weird. Where's the exact kanji? Which part is the kanji? God, man, Sensor, you sent this low res ass scan, nigga. Jesus Christ, bro.
You can't tell which part the kanji is?
It's so low res. It's so annoying. Wait, hold on real quick. Someone's calling me. Give me a second.
Alright, I'm gonna open up the VC for the next 20 seconds.
You said
Everybody call Jason a rat right now. Come on. Rat. Rat. Rat.
No, please, please.
Rat. Leave the community. Rat. Rat. Okay. I'm probably gonna cut that out and like make it its own little video, but Jason's
I'm
gonna
just
get
reading Black
exposed.
Clover.
Yeah, I'll debate you on Black Clover after this. Rat.
If we can find a topic, sure.
Jaja, you want to just like drop this calc now?
Well, I'm trying to like just show that the translation's inconsistent. Hold on.
Jaja. Oh, he's muted.
I'm just gonna keep bringing up like bullshit. I'm not gonna lie.
Why are you niggas trying to use like cross-verse scaling?
I don't know. Why does this even matter, Jaja? Hey, nice name, dude. Oh, he's deafened. Y'all hear that? That's my desk.
Hold on real quick, bro. Whatchamacallit? Someone's bothering me. My mom's bothering me to like fucking do this shit. Give me like 5 to 10 minutes real quick.
Jaja, we can just like end it here.
End it? Nah, I'm not done.
I think it's pretty clear, like, Ross and Shuriken, if you win speed, Ross and Shuriken. If I win speed, Kagatsuchi.
Wait, I still got a few more things. Give me a minute. Jiraiya, I would argue, like, suppress Hiruzen, like, the strongest of the 5 Kage. Which would also scale above the full power Kage.
I disagree.
Out of Sasuke. Also, his Ross and Shuriken.
I disagree.
Pre-Sage. Why?
I don't believe that, like, I don't believe that by proxy the strongest statement means that, like, full power Kage is slower than, Hiruzen.
No, that's not what I was referencing. I mean, like, he should be, like, stronger than him, like, in terms of AP, just my AP scale.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with just, like, saying that both characters could kill each other and just, like, moving on.
I don't even agree with that, but whatever. But also gonna say, whatchamacallit, even, I feel like, the Ross and Shuriken would obliterate Sasuke, and even if Sasuke does manage to somewhat dodge it, Naruto can, expand it, which would sneak attack him.
When does Naruto start expanding it? I don't think he can do so in the Pain arc.
What? He did it in the Pain arc.
Oh, that's when he does it against the weirdos, the Paz of Pain. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think expansion, even if Sasuke does somehow manage to dodge it, it would like sneak attack him.
Okay, sure.
What else?
Jaja, I really just want this debate to be over.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap it. I'm like
Okay.
wrapping it right now. I'm just going over some Black Wit cons. Also, he also has the Sage Mode Sensory, which is like better than the KCM Sensory. So, and it can like precog attacks. Even like Kabuto can use Sage Mode Sensory to attack while blind.
I don't think it can precog, but yeah.
Not like literal precog, like perceive the future, but like even perceive it, like anticipate attacks before they happen.
To some degree, yeah. I think like he can like feel chakra being molded inside someone else and therefore know they're about to attack.
I think he can also I think it's explained in a little more detail actually. More than that. You mind if I grab that real quick? Where like
Sure.
they explain the
I think
Sage
it's
Mode
I always feel like, yeah, you can grab it, but I'll just like describe how like, or my understanding, it was that it was something
Okay.
like key sensing in Black Clover, where you can like see the muscles moving inside of someone and therefore dictate on that basis, and that he
That's
can
the
just also,
Sharingan.
and that he can also do like do the same with like chakra welling up inside of people. But that just may all be Sharingan, which is fine. Where's my phone? I think I've been charging my phone for a long time. I just sat down to do this and haven't gotten it.
Let me grab the scan and then we can like wrap it up in good conclusions. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've been going on long. All right.
We don't want this to be a debate that involves Gios or something. You remember when Gios tried? He's like, "Bro, I swear it's the other people and not me. I swear I'm not the reason my debates go so long."
Jesus.
I have it all recorded, and half of it meant nothing.
So wait, y'all trying to go like 5 hours? Like, shit.
That sounded sus as fuck. Number one. Number two, no.
Okay, you know what I meant. Weird ass fuck. Know that.
My phone loading slow. Whatever. No, it's fine. Well, yeah, it just goes off of Kabuto.
Hey yo,
they
you was
bring up, like,
lagging there. Whoa. It just goes off of Kabuto. Is that what you said?
Let me reopen my Discord. Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. You was mad lagging, dog.
That was you.
It might have
Yeah,
been.
it was-
It might have been.
It still is.
Am I lagging? Really?
Hmm. Yeah.
Can somebody change the server region to US South?
I ain't doing all that, bro.
Where is it stated? It's stated somewhere.
What statement are you looking for, Jaja?
Hey yo, watch out! Jason's here again. I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. Well, yeah. You're aware that like Kabuto and like Madara using Sage Mode can like fight while blind, right? Shit like that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
It,
that's just in. I'll just use that as examples.
yeah, I
Like,
think
how
it
good
allows
is.
you to like sense.
Yeah.
You can sense instead of see. Yeah. What I always use for that is like Naruto being able to see the entire war without being there. He can like actually physically
Yeah.
see it, or not physically see it, but like he can like see exactly what's going on without being there. He can like see down to like their faces and shit. It's not just like seeing
Yeah.
their chakra. Yeah, that's fine.
And it's better than KCM because he uses it like Sage Mode to like dodge the Raikage. Due to like the increased sensory.
I think I discussed that earlier. And the reason I believe Naruto did that is because like that clone at the time had like very little KCM chakra and needed to be physically moving faster, not that like he needed to be able to sense the Raikage faster. Cuz he's like able to
Okay,
see
well-
the Raikage moving in KCM, but he needed to be able to physically move himself while in the air, which is why I believe he used Sage Mode instead of KCM.
Okay. Well, you want to go to conclusions or?
Yeah, I think that in conclusion, it's as simple as like the Rasa scaling really went nowhere. Do you agree with that? You never like really finished that out.
I kind of did.
Oh, well, there was just no. Or I'm sorry, I just continued to ask like, what's the issue with these characters scaling so high, and like you went into like sorcery, and I was like, okay, there's no issue there due to like Konkuro, and that's where that ended. So I think that like it's totally fine for like Kagutsuchi and therefore Gaara above him to like scale this high. I think I made it very, very evident as to why like it doesn't make sense for the Raikage to have been using only the speed of gravity or the force of gravity, even if he's trying to hit Sasuke, even if Sasuke is immobilized. And while I felt like there was like I brought up the idea of like propulsion, right? And it was just like an up in the air kind of catch as to like, okay, we'll leave this up to the judge. And I think that that's like those are like our main points here, or at least in my favor, that like it was pretty clear that I won and that I feel like are very, very important to the judgment. So I think it would just be as simple as like, okay, well, Sasuke Kagutsuchi big fast, Kagutsuchi like kill Naruto, right? And I don't think Jaja gave like I don't think there was just specifically like survivability. Do you have a problem with like if Kagutsuchi engulfs Naruto, like it's over?
Yeah, I gave contention to that.
Really? I
Yeah, I
don't
did.
remember anything. Sure. I'll just say that like that would be like the start of a sequence of like continuous Kagetsuchi, and Naruto would be stuck trying to get it off over and over again. Are you fine with me
Okay.
like making that sort of new argument and conclusion?
I mean, yeah. Even though I don't agree that would like defeat him, yeah, you can go ahead because it was kind of implied anyways. That's the purpose.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I think that's really my conclusion.
All right, I'll conclude next. All right, so basically we started out the debate talking about the AP Kagasuchi. We were basically getting into stuff like, oh, how does the Kagasuchi damage them? He talked about how it like whatchamacallit, how like slowly like attacks like hurts them over time, kind of like Minecraft losing health when you're like drowning or whatever, right? And I brought up, yeah, but like regular fire functions this way. And I brought up how like in Naruto, even though some verses is different, we're shown in Naruto that like fire can be overpowered with AP, and I brought up how like whether through force or heat, fire does have an attack potency behind it, right? And then I said with high enough attack potency you can like overpower durability. He brought up, and then he was like, well, he didn't believe that whatchamacallit, the like Amaterasu like increased in terms of like attack force or energy throughout the series. I gave the example hurt the Ten Tails, Priestley can hurt the Raikage, and I scaled B above Raikage and Ten Tails above B. And I think I further supported that B would be above the Raikage via the narratives. And even though they're both floating back, I would just argue like their unquantifiables can't be measured, and via the narrative, we would conclude that B did surpass the Raikage, and the Ten Tails is above the Raikage. And then I basically went into, well, at first he didn't really give any evidence that the Amaterasu say the same, and I basically gave those feats. And then he said how the Amaterasu's like don't show being able to like damage through chakra cloaks. I said, well, that's like an appeal to ignorance because you're saying because they don't show it, that's not the case. I just brought up how AP durability, chakra cloaks durability, they have AP. Fire can be countered for like force. You can like punch fireballs or whatever. So I think I won the argument that the AP is like below fourth Raikage level as it didn't hurt him. Um, I did bring up like the speed scaling basically for the Kagasuchi went up next. He brought up like the Kagasuchi feat where like it like covered his Susanoo before the Raikage could like hit him or like got near him. And
Fuck, I
what
forgot
and
to
I
finish
brought
that point. Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it.
all right, and then I basically said, well, that like Sasuke could just activated it way beforehand, and it just like flared up in this instant. And then we just basically both showed evidence to like support the conclusion. I basically went into the scaling that, that would mean Gara would be that fast. He was like, there's no issue with that. Then we went to Gara and Raza scaling. I basically showed that like Edo Raza can like keep up with Gara in speed. And I said like Edo Raza was a lot. Alive Raza was alive when Raikage stated faster. And then we went into like something about like speeds. That point really never finished, I think. But I even brought up like how in the Naruto verse they even like bring up like flying Raijin that's like a part of speed. So like I think it would count, right? As I brought that up. What else is there? Oh yeah, so basically, and then he brought up things like then we went to the leg drop thing. What did he bring up? Oh yeah, he brought up how he basically brought up how it wouldn't make any sense that the Raikage would use that to finish off Sasuke. But I was like, due to him having previous damage beforehand, that yeah, like this would just finish him off due to like his previous injuries. And he said, oh, he brought up like, oh, it could just be propelling him as we see his lightning cloak like being shaped like in a weird way. But I said no, it's just shaped like that due to him falling down from gravity. And also, there's like really nothing at all to support. Like it's kind of like a baseless interpretation that he has like propellers, because then he would also be able to do shit like I don't know, like double jump and fly midair, like some weird shit like that. It said there's really no evidence for that being the case, and I'm saying like, so basically my interpretation is more likely. There was also another point about Kagetsuchi that's just not grasping my mind right now. Hold on, let me think if I can remember it. Nah, it's not clicking right now. So basically, Gara can't scale to the Kagetsuchi if it's faster than the Raikage, due to the fact that the Raikage should be faster than someone to keep up with War Gara, and basically my interpretation would make more sense, and the Raikage can like increase his speed midair, as that's like a completely baseless assumption. I think my interpretation made more sense. And I just broke down Naruto real quick, just some quick scaling. He's stronger than the fourth Raikage, which means he's a body Sasuke. With the roster Shuriken, he's more powerful. He can expand it to sneak attack Sasuke if Sasuke even manages to dodge it. And I brought up like the Ross, how like him physically is like above, the fourth Raikage, so he should be able to like even like tank like what you call it, the Kagetsuchi or whatever. So Yeah, that's basically it. And a Rasen Shuriken or physical attacks would just body him. So that's my conclusion.
All right, Paz. I'll
Nice.
send you that recording.